the technical difficulties and whatnot.
We on now?
We on?
We talking now?
We on right now? All right, so we are so apologetic for the technical difficulties. We got in a good vein. Some stuff was just happening, but we're just kind of just going to wrap it up. It's 7:22 now. We can keep going about this subject. So what we might do is we might break this up because it's such a broad, general subject, and we have to hit certain stuff because we have to, I guess, hit on why culture is so important now instead of making the kingdom the most important. So we're definitely going to hit this again. So just to kind of close up at 7:22 here, if we go a couple more minutes, what if you want to kind of close up and wrap up, what you want to say, anything?
I think we said a lot, but I think doing this again, but we have to have the kingdom influence the culture instead of the culture influencing the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for me. We gonna come back around to it.
All right. Elder?
Like I said, there was so much that we talked about, but he basically summarized it. Deacon Kyle, like, our focus is so much on other things other than God's business. And if we can focus on his business, each one teach one, if we can actually work together on kingdom business, what would the kingdom look like? See, we focus on our own individualisms, things that we want to convey, how we look, how we are, on my list of items, one of the things for culture was fame and success. And fame is the condition of being known and recognized of many people, often for one achievements, talents, actions, or public image. Where's God in that?
Mm-hmm.
Success. Success is the achievement of a goal or desired outcome, often involving prosperity, recognition, fulfillment, or impact. Career success, personal success, but then Christian view of it. Fame is not inherently bad, but it can be idolatrous if it replaces God's glory with self-promotion. So, are you glorifying God or yourself? Success is redefined in Scripture as faithfulness to God, not worldly status. So if our focus, because having fame isn't necessarily a bad thing, except for when it's all about you. There's only one superstar. His name is Jesus. So in summarization, to summarize it all, I think that we just got to get out of self and more or less let our focus be on Christ's business.
Yeah.
Well, God's business, which is Christ's business.
Right. So we have to use the kingdom to influence the culture. The culture cannot influence the kingdom because the kingdom, Jesus, his standard does not change, will not change.
Nope.
We have to meet his standard, but when we use the culture as the standard, which a lot of people do, that changes because people's ideas change. Jesus said in St. John 12:32, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. The kingdom is to lift him up.
Yes.
And that was one of our titles that we had, Lift Jesus Up.
Yes, it was.
So the culture has to reflect itself to the kingdom. And if the culture can look at itself and look at the kingdom and say, we're doing something different, that's wrong. So you have to use the culture because obviously there's influence in that. But if the influence supersedes what God says, then it's not the right message. This is a good episode, man. We gonna hit this again. So once again, man, we're sorry for the technical difficulties, but thank you so much for joining us. There's only one person on us right now. I think they done had enough of us. But I want to thank, as always, Deacon Kyle Van and Elder Chris Halfacre for just everything they've done with me, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to Evangelist Monique Glaspie and Tasha Hilliard for always being with us tonight. And so once again, we come every second and fourth Friday. We'll be back on July 11th. We'll have another episode for you. If you have any questions or concerns, any topics that you want us to hit, go ahead and comment. You can
Please
actually
let us
comment on one of our lives that we do. You can go to actually the Talking the Word page. We have that. You can message me directly on Facebook, or you can email talkingtheword@gmail.com. So there's different ways that you can get us. If you have anything you want us to talk about, let us know. If you have any guests that you want us to bring on, let us know. We just want to have fun talking the word, because that's what we do. We love the word. So that's pretty much it, man. We're going to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in.